Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Cross-watchers are always most definitely welcome in any reading that I do. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing, so let's begin healing together. I hope everyone is doing well. Most of you complain about not being able to see my face. But if you're getting something for free, why complain about anything? For those of you who have recently started following me, you have never saw me. But those of you who have been on this journey with me from the beginning until now, you've seen me multiple times. But I guess sometimes people need to put a face to the voice. So here I am. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. My real name is Tara, T-A-R-A, the Black Way, Tara. You got to put a little stank on it because my family, we're country as hell. So Tara. It's not Tara. It's not the lazy man way. Tara. But yesterday when I came on live, I spoke to you about the moon. Today, we're going to speak about Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These planets represent your subconscious mind. With these planets representing your subconscious mind, you never know when they're in action and doing something for you until it's done. A lot of people think that they can only reach out to the planets that's in their horoscope and their zodiac sign, which is not true. Each and every person, for instance, I'm a Cancer. I have every sign in the zodiac within my chart. Everyone has just about every sign in their chart. Your main sign, mine is Cancer. But then there are so many houses that we fall into. But these planets are the subconscious, the helpers, the get it done planets. Reach out, speak to the planets. Every planet has a role that they play within our lives. But these planets in particular represent our subconscious mind. Things that we desire to have, things that we think about on a deeper level. When you want something, you connect to these particular planets to bring forth what it is that you desire into your reality. I have the camera turned on me. I always show you guys my bifocals, right? Actually, these are my husband's glasses. But I do wear bifocals. I need them. I'm getting older. I have a birthday coming. I'm about to be 52. Proud and happy. And yes, I'm currently going through menopause, right? And you don't understand it until it happens to you. But guess what? That's life. But tonight, I'm not doing a reading based upon any sign. Tonight, I'm doing a general reading. Someone tried to correct me and said, "You mean you're doing a collective reading?" Absolutely not. I don't use the verbiage as other readers do. It's not for me to be like anybody else. And I wasn't taught like everybody else. I'm doing a general reading. General means that it's not personal. It's not a one-to-one, meaning you're booking a reading with me, I'm speaking to you over the phone, or we're doing a Zoom call. This is not that kind of a reading. This is for the masses. It's general. Meaning whatever information that I see, that I hear, that I feel, I'm going to share it with you. I always tell people, when you hear from me, if the reading doesn't make sense, click off immediately. I personally would never listen to anything that doesn't make sense to me. If it's not your story, it's not your story. I have so many people that contact me in my inbox and they'll be like, "That story wasn't for me." And all I could say is, I don't know you. We don't know each other. This is not a personal reading. However, and then when I shoot some things at them, then they'll be like, "Ooh, my bad." My bad means my mistake. Because sometimes you have to pop out and show a ninja, right? I had this one gentleman. I was flipping through TikTok and there was a dating show. And on this dating show was this gentleman and there was this girl. And instantly I typed mental problems, needs therapy, you have a child, this person doesn't need to be around your child. When I did that, the guy said, "I do have mental problems. I used to seek counseling. I've been thinking about going back to counseling. I don't have kids, but I think I'm okay with kids." So then the representative, the host of the dating show, was like, "Don't blurt out like that." I said, "Shit, I'm trying to warn her. This guy is no good for her. He has mental problems. Why wouldn't I try to help her?" So the little fucker blocked me. And that was okay. So then the guy follows me right here. And he said, "Thank you." He said, "You were telling the truth." And I said, "Did you join me to try to scare me? Because I don't scare that easily. I am about that life." And he put LOL. And that's it. And he still follows me to this day. Right? For instance, another person. I was doing a reading one night about a particular sign. He said, "Do you do readings?" I said, "Absolutely, I do readings. I have a personal platform that you can book a personal session with me." He said, "A lot of people don't want to read for me. He said, even if I stop by someone's home and they have a sign on their home, they turn me away. So I said, outside of the chat, hit me in my inbox. And I said, they turn you away because you've sold your soul. And I said, and with you selling your soul, you don't know how to take control of yourself. You're like a Sour Patch Kid. You're nice and you're nasty. He said, you're absolutely correct. And I said, and you're still fighting with your sexuality. And I said, and some people fight with that forever. I told him it's a no judgment zone place over here. And he was like, shit. I said, and you're struggling with something right now. And I said, but you're struggling with something that I can't help you with. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that when they play games and sell their soul, everyone doesn't get to collect their soul again. Sometimes it's gone for life, that you are no longer in control. And other things can control, manipulate you. So when you're that Sour Patch Kid, 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're not. 1 minute people are thinking that you are the worst person in the world is because you have no control over your feelings. And then people want to say, well, they have schizophrenia. They label them, but it's not to be labeled. Although I'm not a religious person, there are some true bishops, preachers, whatever the case, that can authentically help people who have sold their souls. But there are very few. There are very few who still own the craft of being able to help. Very, very few. And I always tell people, be careful. And I stand on it, and I don't care who gets mad at me, because I know a lot of the other tarot readers watch me to learn, and I don't have a problem with it, because we're here to teach, to help, to support. So to each one, you teach one. But don't jump into a world that you know nothing about and pretend that you're helping someone when you don't have the tools to do so. I don't take on every case at all, because it's not for me to. Everybody's fight I can't fight, because I choose not to. Because a lot of people, what you don't understand with the root worker or a healer, when you're trying to help someone, you take on the energy of that person you're trying to help. And not everyone is worth you giving that help to. But let's get to the reading. I said I was going to try to scale down on my readings. This is not for any particular sign. This is a general reading for whomever needs to hear it. However, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. And I send to everyone nothing but healing. And I do hope that everyone is doing well. Even the people who dislike me, that follow me, hello, and I hope you are doing well. Let's begin the reading. Now, bear with me. I have the camera turned this way. And I'm older. I didn't grow up with playing with computers and things like that. I'm not even a phone person. I dislike the telephone. When I was growing up, we used to have this thing called three-way, and people would try to set you up or this or this or that. And I just was never into games. I don't like games. I never play games. I guess that's why I never got caught in the game of tag, because I never played. But let us begin the reading. I hope this is a good view. I tried to move a few things around on my desk as of recent. But listen, I showed you guys my space where I do my work, how I do my work, but it's a little crowded. I have a few tokens from family members, right, that I do use when I need them. But back to Uranus, back to Neptune, back to Pluto, these are most definitely the planets that you need to connect to when you want to raise your consciousness on a higher level. Oh, thank you so much. Guess what, guys? I don't always get to see the messages, but I have my daughter in the room with me tonight. So she just walked over and said that you like my nails. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know what? I'm different, right? Listen, I am. Some people call me an eyeball. Some people call me eccentric. Some people have a lot of names for me. But you know what? I like to do my damn thing. You know what I mean? And I'm older. And I have 2 daughters. And I got one daughter who does her own thing and the other daughter that likes to imitate mommy. And it's okay. I love that, right? Because guess who I imitated? My mother. And my mother, she was such a different type of person as well. I feel like whatever you do, if somebody likes it or not, always, no matter what, if you like it, and you must like it, if you did it, hold your head up, own that shit, wear that shit, do that shit. It doesn't matter what anybody feels. But I thank you so much, right? I broke this nail the other day. I was getting my grandson out of his car seat, and that car seat is a little tricky monster. I was trying to push the red button and I broke the tip. And I know my husband is happy because when I'm rubbing my hands on him, he's like, your nails are so sharp, right? But I actually cut them down a little bit, right? I actually cut them down, but I thank you so much. But you know, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, these planets represent your higher consciousness. And when you want things done, when you need something done, you reach out and you plant seeds in your subconscious mind. You know, these planets works on your subconscious mind, on a subconscious level. This means that you don't notice lessons that you've learned until something is over, until something is done. And then you're like, okay, now I get it. I understand the lessons. A lot of people don't really embrace Uranus. They don't embrace Neptune or Pluto in the manner that they should. But you should always pay attention to these planets because they help raise your level of consciousness. Thank you so much. They help raise your level of consciousness because these planets, they work quietly. Thank you so much. These planets, they work quietly in the background of all of our lives. When you want something, let's just say if you want a new car and your bank account, you may not have the deposit for that new car, right? You may not have the deposit. So in the background, you're like, okay, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to get this new car? That's you beginning to plant the seed. Because you're not saying you don't think you're going to get it. You're like, how do I save enough money? Who can I ask to borrow, but I may not want to ask someone to borrow? So where's this money going to come from? And guess where it's going to come from? It's going to come from Uranus. It's going to come from Neptune. It's going to come from Pluto. Because these are the planets that once you plant the seed with your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, then that's when Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus grabs a hold to what it is that you desire to have, and they start bringing it towards you. And then all of a sudden, you're like, let me fill out this paperwork. I'm just going to try to see if I could get this car. And then you're leaving with the car and you're like, oh shit, I got approved. I didn't even have to put down that amount of money that I needed. I'm approved. You know why you were approved? Because you knew you could have it. And so while you were sitting there spinning your wheels, how am I going to get this money? Who am I going to borrow it from? And then you do something different. You're like, fuck it, I'm going to fill out the application to see if I can get approved for the loan to finance this car. You get there to the dealership. You give them your information. And they're like, you're approved. And you're like, oh, sweat, I didn't need to borrow. That money that I did try to save, I'm going to keep it because I need to get some insurance. I got to get this car registered. I got to spend that money that I was saving for the down payment on some other things. But to connect to these planets, you must already have that thought of the thing that you desire to have for yourself. So whether it's a car, I'm just using that as an example. If it's a house, I'm just using that as an example. A new job, higher paying job, I'm once again using that as an example. These are the planets that you need to reach out to. And how do you reach out to these planets? You don't have to do any type of ritual, but speak to them. Neptune, here I am. There's something that I desire to have for the greater good of my life. This car is going to take me to and from. This car is going to keep me out of danger from getting in the Uber with the wrong person. This car is going to keep me safe. I need this car. Plain and simple. Pluto, I need you to come in and back Neptune up. My wish is still the same, and I know that you will grant it for me. Uranus, I need you to make this delivery. I deposit the seed. I need you to bring it forth to me. Because when they deliver it to you, you never notice. No one ever notices what these planets do until it's done. And then you'll be like, oh, wow, I learned my lesson. And there are so many times that we should never have to say we learned our lesson if we knew. My father would say, if you know better, you'll do better. So now that you know, call on Uranus, call on Neptune and Pluto, because with your conscious mind, you're depositing seeds of the things that you desire. And Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, they're going to water those seeds, and they're going to help you to grow them. You stay positive in that positive mind, knowing that you will receive what it is that you've asked for, and they'll do the rest of the work for you. It doesn't mean that you absolutely have to do nothing, because if you want that new car, go ahead, fill out that application once. once you've spoken to Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These planets benefit us on a large scale. They're always working quietly in the backgrounds of our lives, all of us, each and every one of us. It does not matter what sign you are. It doesn't matter what sign you are at all. But these planets will always travel with us on our journey. Once they give us the things that we desire, they still never leave us. They're with us for life. And you can call on them whenever you need something. And listen, I'm kind of greedy. And with me being greedy, I'm greedy for the things that I need. And you can never ask for anything that's too large or too small. There's no limits on what you can ask for. You plant the seed and they'll water it. So reach out to Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto on your journey when you desire to have something for yourself. But let's get to the reading. I hope everyone is doing well. We're starting off with this Moonlit Legends Oracle deck. This reading is not for any particular sign. This is a general reading for whomever needs to hear it at this present time. I've already cleansed my space before I came to this reading. But for the people in the back, right, that miss it, they're like, oh, I didn't see you cleanse your space, right? Listen, I'm not a kid. I'm an adult. Sometimes people talk to you on these platforms like they know you, right? Like they your mama. And my mother's body is in the grave, right? It's in the ground. But her soul is around me. So I could only be parented by my mom, you know? But people, they think they could say things to you, tell you what to do. But you always have to be careful with that. Let's see. I've already used my bell, so I'm not going to use it again because the spirits that I need to join me in the reading are already here. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message, thank you, do I need to deliver? I heard the word diabolical. Something is diabolical. Something has already transpired in someone's life or something major is about to transpire. We're starting off with the number 2, right? So this could be a couple's reading. Possibly this could be a couple's reading because the number 2 is something that's joined together. But this card says snow moon. Take a moment to pause and clear your mind. Reflect on where you are and prepare for what's coming next. So I heard the word diabolical. This is the number 2. 2 is a couple. They always say, the Bible, when 2 or more join together, it shall be done. It is so. I'm not a Bible thumper, but I do know the Bible, let me tell you, because I do have some family members that are religious, and I do have some that are spiritual. But there's someone here that needs to clear their mind. This card reflects overthinking. Sometimes we can play things over and over in our mind, but then we still don't get any resolve. Playing back what someone said, playing back what someone has done. the mind needs a rest. The mind needs a mental break. So whoever I'm speaking to, take a time out for yourself so that you can recharge. We have full moon in Scorpio. Full moon in Scorpio. There could be a Scorpio here, but it doesn't mean that this reading is for Scorpio. However, let go of past pain. Exactly what this card said. Keep playing it. Keep playing, and keep playing. Press and rewind on a past problem. Something that someone said or did. Let go of past pain and embrace your personal transformation, stepping fully into your power. This is someone that has taken a break. This is someone that is learning to let go, releasing. This is someone that says, I want to do something new. I need to do something for me, right? Because the full moon in Scorpio, that's empowerment, and that's diabolical in itself. We have full moon in Aries, so there can be an Aries here as well. I just did an Aries reading a few days ago. I did post that on my YouTube platform. However, full moon in Aries, harness your confidence and to act decisively and achieve breakthroughs. So harness, call in that confidence. This is you taking action. You know, confidence is a hell of a thing. Everyone has it, but everyone doesn't know how to use it. Because you allow what someone says about you, you take it in. You allow it to sit in your soul. You allow your brain to soak it in, and we all know that our brain is a sponge, and we keep going over. Someone says, she's not cute enough. He's not handsome enough. She's too fat. He's too fat. She's too skinny. She's too skinny. He's too skinny. And then words break people's confidence, right? But guess what? When I was growing up, we had this thing, and all of you may know this, but it's called sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Once you allow that to sink in, and then it will remove all the pain that you've carried from someone who was able to move you out of alignment with yourself. Confidence, everyone has it. But sometimes we allow the words of someone else to affect us. The breakthrough at this moment is no more. Whatever someone said or did, fuck them. 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck them, motherfuck them. Let me just say that. Kids could be cruel. Adults can be cruel. People in general can be cruel. But sometimes when people try to destroy you, that's because they see something in you that they don't see within themselves. And they saw the power that you had, the confidence that you displayed, and now they want to try to break it. That's like in relationships. When things aren't going right, you may have one partner that may say, you ain't shit, you ain't all of that, but what you with me for then? Why are you with me? People try to say things to hurt, to destroy, to manipulate. But this is someone that I'm speaking to that's getting their confidence back. This is diabolical. That's the word I heard. That's the word we're going to use. It's diabolical because someone thought that they broke you and did not. They did not. We have new moon eclipse. A time of deep change and introspection, marking the start of a powerful new cycle. Someone is changing. This is a major shift that's happening in your life. This is a new beginning. This is diabolical because what you're doing is you're like, forget them. You're not even going to confront them. You're not even going to say anything to anyone. You're like, okay, I remember what they said. I remember what they did. But I want that person to stay in that same energy. You need them to stay in that energy. You need that person to be that nasty person, that big mouth person, that rude person. You want them to stay like that because anything that they say from this day forward is not going to affect you. This is a new beginning. This is a transformation in itself. This is you having a major breakthrough because you're owning your power, not letting anyone destroy you, not by words or anything else for that matter. Let's get to the reading. And I know my daughter said, Mom, when you say that, I felt like we were already into the reading. And I'm like, nah, I'm just beginning. I'm just beginning. Now let's get to it. I like to see a person regain their strength. I really do. I love to see that in a person because it's important not to let anyone take anything from you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, we all must be confident in our own right. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear it. Show me what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. Spirit guides, what message do you have for someone right now? What message can I deliver? Ooh, okay. All right. Listen, this is self-explanatory. Spirit guides, one more card. One more card, thank you. One more card. Thank you. One more card, thank you. Okay. This one came first. This one flipped over, so we have a bonus card. The number is 32 on the bonus card. Flip it and reverse it is the number 23. But we're starting off with the number 20. The number 20 is Lighthouse. This card, there's a female in this picture, and she's hanging a picture on the wall. And it says, I am always enough. See, this is diabolical, right? We're going to keep saying that word because that's the word that I was given by Spirit, and that's where we're going with it. But this is diabolical because you are enough. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are enough, and you realize that. You know that. So the words that you kept replaying that someone said to you, you do realize that's how they feel about who they are. It really has nothing to do with you. But the card is the Lighthouse. Don't doubt your worth. Never doubt your worth. Never, ever doubt your worth. Listen, there's people who like me. There are people who don't. There are people who say nice things, and there are people who say disrespectful things. But I am always going to be me. The one thing that I've tried to do for my children is to teach them confidence. That's the one thing that I've tried to do since they were children, not to allow anyone to knock their confidence. However, no matter how you're feeling, I don't care how sick you may be physically, always get up and smile anyway. Always hold your head up high anyway. Even if someone gets into an argument with you, don't even argue back. Hold your head up and walk away gently. Because understand that sometimes people feel energy and they try to destroy you because you're not where they are. You may be on a higher energetic level than they are, and they can feel it, and it disturbs them. And then they want to lash out at you. Not that you did anything to them, but they're mad because you're always doing well. You're always smiling because you're not argumentative like they are. Hold your head up and continue to be you. Yes, words, they sting a little, but don't let them penetrate you. Let them bounce off of you. It's like, I know I have the worst analogies, right? The worst examples. But you know how when someone gets shot, the bullet may not penetrate them, but it may just graze their skin. Words, same thing. It grazes you. It hurt for a second. It may have wounded you for a little bit, but it didn't penetrate. Don't allow anything to penetrate you. A person's words, never allow it to penetrate you. You, whoever I'm speaking to, once upon a time, what a person said, it felt like it destroyed you. You believed them. Don't believe anything they have to say. You may look at the person and be like, they're in a much better position than I'm in. Maybe they have that brand new car. Maybe they have a beautiful home. You may think that they got everything going on in the background, right? More than what you have. Your energy still disturbs them. And no matter how financially well off they may be, your energy disturbs them because they wish that they could be like you. You are worthy. Don't doubt yourself. So I'm speaking to someone that someone just attacks them for no reason verbally. You're always enough. No matter what someone said to you in the past, you're enough. You're worthy. And being who I am, I'm going to tell you to say, fuck them, right? You don't have to argue back with them, but in your subconscious mind, keep those words in your head. Fuck them. If somebody's trying to argue with you, while they're arguing, don't say anything back. But in your head, you replay this. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Right? Fuck you, fuck you. But keep the smile on your face because your smile disrupts their demons. You not giving them that reaction disrupts their demons. Their demons have nothing to do with you. You are worthy. You are always enough. We have the number 43. The number 43 is one of my favorite numbers. Flip it and reverse it. It is the number 34, spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. Don't be afraid to sing. Now, you may be one of those people that's not going to keep quiet when someone tries to start an argument with you. You may be someone that may argue back with a person. You too may say some hurtful things, but you've only did that as a means to protect yourself. Don't do it. How you protect yourself and your energy is by not saying anything. And you can say, universe, handle that for me. Whomever you pray to, whomever you meditate to, you can say, handle that situation for me. The one thing that I do always, when I get up for the day, as soon as I start my day, I'll say to my angels, protect me from the north, the east, the west, and the south. And I do this daily. And I especially do it when I'm walking out of the home. That's my protection. Use it because it definitely works. No matter who this reading is for, whomever I'm speaking to, use this as a mechanism of protection for you, for your peace, for your safety, right? Your security blanket. Ask your angels to protect you from the north, the east, the west, and the south. I do that even before I close my eyes. Protect me because tomorrow is never promised. So, as a mechanism of protection, don't be afraid to sing. This song that you sing is sing to whomever you pray to and ask to be protected and ask for whomever you pray to take care of the person that hurt you. Therefore, your hands are clean. No arguing back, no fighting back. Let the universe deal with that person. So sing. Say it. Speak it. Speak it. Because the universe hears you. Whomever you pray to hears you. Your angels hear you. And things will change. They'll shift around you. We have the number 16 is Bitch Fire. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I haven't used this deck in a while, but this is one of my favorite cards. Bitch Fire. The number 16, flip it and reverse it, is the number 61. Stand up for yourself. And how you're standing up for yourself is not to argue, not to yell and scream with this person or the people that mistreat you. How you're going to stand up for yourself is every day just say, protect me from the north, the east, the west, and the south. Protect me. In every area of my existence, protect me. Oh, and things that get lighter around you. You will be protected. You know, our angels are always here to help us. A lot of times, they don't intervene unless we ask them to. Although they're near us, they don't interfere, not unless we ask them to. Because they understand that we have free will. And life is going to be what we make it. But you can call on them and they're always ready to dive in. Bitch Fire, stand up for yourself. Light that match and ask for assistance. You know, maybe that's why we spoke about Pluto and Uranus, right? Maybe that's why I had that conversation with you for you to start planting the seed. Because once you plant the seed, the universe will help you water it. Bitch fire, stand up for yourself. Ask your angels to protect you in every direction to protect you. We have the number 8, which is wings, right? The number 8, which is wings, right? You never needed those wings to fly. You never needed that person, those people that tried to destroy your confidence. Sometimes the very people that hurt us, we still interact with them because we think we need them as a friend, as a lover, because they're related to us. This very people that hurt us, we keep them around. You know, today I was watching this video on YouTube, and I'm not going to mention any names, and it just popped up. I was going to my YouTube channel, and this video popped up of a mother, and she was pleading for her son to be found. And I clicked off of this video so fast. And then my spiritual team said, go back. And I went back to this video. And I'm listening to this mother talk. And then in another part of the video, I'm listening to the uncle of this little boy talk. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this boy is gone. This boy is gone. This boy was SA'd. He's a teenager. By his fucking father. Father did it. And I clicked off the video. Spirit said, go back to the video. I went back to the video and I was about to write something, but I caught myself. And I said, Spirit, I let my spiritual team know that, no, I'm not going to say anything. They're going to find out. It's going to happen soon. They're going to find out that the Father did it. They're going to find out. It's going to happen fast, quickly. And the only reason why I make mention of this is because there's someone here that I'm speaking to, and sometimes you keep the enemy too damn close. When somebody has hurt you, it was on purpose. They meant to do it. Sometimes they'll say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. I didn't mean it. No, they meant it. But you never needed them. You never needed those wings to fly, because sometimes the very people that hurt you, you keep around you like they are your wings, like you need to be around them. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. And sometimes we hold on to things that are no good for us. And I say things when I actually mean people, but I don't want to give them that title. They're things. That means they are disposable. You don't need those things, right? The number 8 is actually a very spiritual number. symbolizing a positive mindset. I'm speaking to someone who is transforming, rebuilding their confidence, understanding that they are worthy, understanding who they are. This is you gaining your mental stability. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You never needed those wings to fly. You don't need these people around you who have hurt you. Your guardian angels are giving you a heads up about the abundance that will soon be coming your way. Abundance can mean so many different things to people. It could be financial, right? It could be career, receiving a raise on your job. Some of you, it could be about a relationship, right? If you're single. But if this is you being in a relationship and this is your partner that says these bad things to you, you don't need them. On this platform, I don't give anybody any advice, but the one thing, you don't need to be around someone who hurts you. You do need to find balance between the spiritual world and the material aspects of your life in order for you to be able to receive this abundance, because when you receive it, you need to know how to use it and not misuse it. Because a lot of times we don't realize how rich we truly are until we've learned a lesson. Right now, if you are in a relationship and this is your person who treats you like this, you don't need them. You don't need them. You don't need them. Sometimes people hold on to people out of fear of being alone. Of fear. They don't want to be alone. They're too afraid to be on their own. Listen, life is going to be life in every single day. The circumstances don't change. The people change. Shit has been going on before I was born, when I was born, as I was growing up, and right now. It's just the people. It's the people, the circumstances, it's the people. But the same shit has been going on forever. You just have to know how to watch your back. And if you want extra help in watching your back, ask your angels to protect you from the north, the east, the west, and the south. You can't live a life in fear. Someone is rebuilding their confidence, and that's a beautiful thing. I love that for you. I love that for you. I really do. My husband always says that when I step out, when I'm by myself, he worries about me. He says because I don't know how to talk to people. I'm like this in real life. Let me tell you. If I'm walking into a store, right? And if a guy says hi to me, I'm just saying if he's a booger, I'll be like, ew, right? I do say that. I'm like, ew, right? Because regardless if I'm married or not, like, don't speak to me. I'm not giving you that vibe like I'm lonely, like I need you to speak to me or I want you to speak to me. But if he's a booger, I'll say it out loud. I'll be like, ew. And even if he's not a booger, I will continue to walk away. And my husband is like, it's what you do, right? It's what you do. And sometimes I'll twist my lip. I'll go. And he's like, it's what you do. He was like, you can't do that. That's what he says to me. He's like, you can't do that. You bring extra drama. And I'm like, I'm protected. And he was like, okay. He was like, I'm trying to learn that a little better. I said, but I'm protected. Let me tell you. And he was like, you do things that I worry about. So now one day we're in the store and I'm picking out my vegetables. And there's this man looking over. And then he goes, can I help you? And I'm like, you shouldn't do that. And he was like, no, I need to know why he's looking over here. And I'm like, you shouldn't do that. Right? You shouldn't do that. And he was like, shit, I ain't worried. I said, well, that's how I feel. You can't fear life. You have to live no matter what. Things will happen. Things will not happen. But if you start to practice what I told you, before you step out of the house, asking your angels to protect you, the universe to protect you from the north, the east, the west, the south, I promise it works. It really does. It really does. It can even calm down the temperament in an environment. Let's just say if you've had an argument with someone and now you walk away, you come back, the environment has changed because you asked to be protected from the north, the east, the west, and the south. And guess what? Whoever was starting that shit won't be able to open their mouths. And they won't even know why. Because when you call on your angels, they come in to do a thing for you. True story. The number 21 is Clover. Release your guilt. And let me tell you what this guilt is, whomever I'm speaking to. You know, release your guilt. You feel like, why did I allow this person to talk to me like that? Why did I allow this person to treat me like that? So you feel guilty because you dealt with the person too long. You feel guilty because you may not have said anything out loud. No reason to feel guilty. No reason to feel guilty at all. Some people don't like to fight. Some people don't like to argue. Some people fear walking away. They fear walking away. And we've heard some terrible stories about people walking away because that person that they dealt with may not handle it well, may not be able to let them go peacefully. But if you do something, ask your angels every day to protect you from the north, the east, the west, and the south. It works. It works. You know, this number 21, there are so many ways to see this number. This number means so many different things, but I'm just going to break it down in the quickest manner that I can. Your guardian angels are asking you to put your trust in them. Keep your thoughts positive, and you will be able to manifest your desires in every aspect of your life, period. Trust them. So when you say, protect me from the north, the east, the west, and the south, trust that they will. They will. The number 25, mural. Be your own first priority. A lot of times we forget to do just that for ourselves. We forget to put ourselves first. We forget to make ourselves the priority. You know, your angels will always be available to assist you through any changes you encounter in your life. When you combine the numbers 2 and 5, the result of the root number is 7. Number 7 is a highly spiritual number. That's one of my favorite numbers as well. So now you know my 43, you know my number 7. These numbers are really important to me, right? Everybody has a favorite number, or you should, right? Or you may be one of those people who only focus on your life path number, but the number 7 is a highly spiritual number that is directly related to our soul's larger purpose in this life. In this life. Don't fear. You have so much protection around you. You just have to know how to use it. Our guardian angels are always there to assist us. You know, when we come into this realm, we come into this realm with a timestamp of when we will be going to the next realm. Our guardian angels step in without us asking when it's necessary. Let me tell you what's necessary. I'll give you an example of me. I was driving one day in the car with my daughter. My husband was in his own vehicle on his way home. My daughter and I were on our way home. We were in 2 separate towns. All of a sudden, as I'm driving, this car comes in my lane from the opposite direction. And I'm like, oh shit. I just knew my daughter and I were gone, period. All of a sudden, on my right side, they were doing road work. Dug up the road. This road was blocked off, right? It was a hazard because they were making a new road. So I'm like, with this car coming in, even if I go this way, we're gone. So I'm like, this is me. I'm like, fuck it, right? If that's what I saw. My car lifts up. It just lifts up. True story. And I just looked at my daughter and she looked at me and we didn't say a word. Not one word. My car just lifts up. True story. This just happened a few years ago. Then my husband, when he gets home, you know what he says? Guess what just happened to me? I was like, what? He said, this car was coming into my lane. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, when did this happen? He was like, a few minutes ago. And I was like, yo, that's the same thing just happened to us. Your angels, they'll jump in without you asking when it's necessary. But you can ask. You can ask. They want you to ask. They want you to ask. They're always looking for something to do. We have the number 37, flip it and reverse it, the number 73, but we have gray. Gray. The color gray. Endings are inevitable. Sometimes, and no one likes to hear this ever, sometimes endings are necessary between family. Sometimes you have to disconnect from toxic family members. Sometimes you have to disconnect from toxic friends. Sometimes you have to disconnect from toxic lovers. Sometimes you have to leave your environment and move to a new environment if the environment you're in is unsafe. But endings are something that we can't avoid. And we're constantly having endings in our life. Endings are called tower moments. And a lot of people look at tower moments as something that's terrible. At the time, it may feel like it hurts, but you'll get over it, and then you'll see that it was necessary because endings bring in new beginnings. Endings bring in new beginnings. Let me tell you. Sometimes you feel like you can't do life without a person. And so you can't imagine your life without a person. Giving you an example of myself once again. I'm only going to use myself as an example, however, or things that are personal to me. When my mother crossed over, I didn't think I could do this life without her. And the physical. Doesn't matter if you're a psychic. It doesn't matter if you're a medium. You want that person with you in the physical to get a hug, to call them on the phone, to go and visit, right? Because for me, my mother is my first love. She's my first kiss, my first hug, you know? She was everything that I am. But sometimes endings are something that you can't control. And endings are sometimes necessary. There's somebody that has recently gone through an ending. Or you may be getting ready to have an ending. Thinking about how you're going to be able to do this. And you can and you will be able to do this. Everything in our life is a lesson. It's a lesson. And nobody ever wants to hear it, but our lessons are supposed to make us stronger. They're not supposed to be on repeat. The only time that they're on repeat is when we didn't learn. When you've learned, then they won't be on repeat. Now you can move forward to the next phase of your life. But our life is all about phases. It's about us constantly, consistently evolving. We have the number 30, which is castle. Castle. It's time for healing, not war. If there's somebody that is trying to start fights with you, arguments, right? You're changing. When your confidence grows, then you realize that you don't have to argue back with a person. They're no longer worth your energy. A lot of people, right? Foolish people think that if they can get a rise out of you, it shows that you care. And they feel like that if they can't get a rise out of you, then it must be over. You're not giving them a rise because you're protecting your energy. Because you want healing within yourself. You want to release the shame of feeling guilt for allowing you to befriend. Not releasing this person sooner. Like I said, this person could be a family member that's toxic. It could be a friend that's toxic. It could be a lover that's toxic. But you need to heal. And with you healing, that's you gaining your strength. And your strength is your confidence. When you know better, you do better. And you know better. And you want to do better. So you know that this situation, there's no room for growth. So you're moving on. We have the number 14, which is thorns. Flip it and reverse it, it's the number 41. Weave together the crown you deserve. So maybe you have some new people in your life, right? Maybe you recently met some new people. But this card is saying weave together the crown you deserve because you are worthy. You want change. You don't want to be around the people that you recently were around, whether they're family, whether they're friends. You deserve better. You know that. You understand it. You deserve to continuously keep this crown on your head. I don't want to be repetitive, but I have to be. And especially for my new followers. And I've shared this story 1,000 times. When I was younger, I used to get picked on, right? When I was in middle school. First and foremost, the little girls in my school, they were fresh. They were fast, right? Because of the environments that we came from. Some of the kids that I went to school with, their parents were either on drugs or alcoholics, so they didn't have any rules. They can hang outside, do whatever they wanted. I had rules. I had a mother that was a school teacher, right? That kept a roof over our head. So I had rules. And I followed those rules. I followed those rules until the day that I put my mom in the ground. Let me tell you. A lot of people don't follow rules, but in my school, the girls were fast. And you would know who the fast girls were because of the lifestyles of the environments that they came from. So I didn't date in middle school. But the kids would date. And I would get picked on. Oh, she's scared of boys. She got a big nose, right? So then the boys started saying I had a big nose and this and that. I got picked on all the time. And then one day, my mother had somewhere to go after work. And she said to my sisters and I, for us not to get dirty, we had to go straight after school to this particular event. So I went to school this day dressed up, looking cute, right? But I walk into school, they're like, why you got that dress on? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm not saying anything. And then they were saying, well, her big nose self and this and that. They said my nose looked like a pit bull. So, damn it, I was tired. So the one girl that kept talking the most, I tried to knock her head off. I was just tired. And I beat the crap out of her. And it didn't make me feel good. You know why? Because I knew I was going to get in trouble. Now my clothes are messed up. It wasn't about me beating the crap out of her. My mother told me not to get dirty. I had her blood on my jacket that I had on. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to get in trouble. Never mind. My mother had a rule. Never get in trouble at school because being that she was a school teacher, never make her leave her job to come to our school. That's how she paid the bills. That's how she kept a roof over our head. So my sisters and I knew the rules. I'm sitting in the office And I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here for a long time. I'm sitting in the office. The office is in the front of my school. I can see out the front windows. I see this blue car pull up, and it was my mother. I was like, oh my God, right? I just knew I was going to get my ass dealt with. She looked at me. The principal says, come on in my office. So I get up, my mother comes in, and she's like, didn't I tell you I had somewhere to be after work? Didn't I say never get in trouble? She was like, this doesn't look good. Why did you fight? Mommy, they said I was ugly. Mommy, they said I had a big nose. And she was like, what? You fought because of that? And I'm like, yeah. She said, I get picked on every day. I was like, you? My mother said that. My mother is very fair complexion. Her father is Kahari Indian. Her mother is African. But my mother took after my grandfather, and she's very fair complexion. And there's colorism in the black community with ourselves. Let me tell you, the light skins think they better than dark skins, and dark skins think they're better than light skins, or they think that the light skins look better than them. It's a whole world of wishy-washy, right? Because no one ever taught them this, how to wear this crown. My mother said, I don't pay those women at my job any attention. I'm just listening. She said, when I walk out my house and I walk into the schoolhouse, she said, I can be whoever I want to be. And she said, I feel like I'm Nefertiti. She said, I wear a crown on my head. And she said, nobody should ever be able to knock it off. So I'm listening to my mother. And I'm like, Nefertiti? She was like, I can be whoever I want to be. She said, so why did you fight? I said, Ma, I just told you they said I'm ugly. So now my principal, he's like, you're not ugly. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You could have just came and told me. And I wanted to say, you fat fucker, you were standing right there. Because the principal was standing right there when I was getting picked on. But, you know, sometimes they hear nothing. They see nothing. Because they're hoping that they don't have to intervene, right? So fuck it. If he didn't say anything or do anything, then I felt like I could just jump on this girl. Fuck it. So I got suspended. In middle school, I got suspended. And my mother was mad. And she was like, you look like me. I was like, I look like you? That's that colorism thing, because I'm much darker than my mother. A few shades darker, right? So I'm like, I look like you. She was like, you look identical to me. Same nose, same lips. She said, you look like me. So when my mother said I look like her, I was like, shit, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? Because I always felt like my mother was the best looking woman in the world. So when she said that, ooh, that crown straightened up on my head. And that's what she taught me about the crown. The number 14, thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. You are enough. Don't doubt your worth. And you are worthy to wear this crown. Never let anybody remove that crown from your head ever again. Listen, I wake up with my crown on. I go to bed with my crown on. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. It's actually about how I feel about myself. Nobody's eyes matters to me. I don't care what your opinion of me is. At all. At all. At all. You are enough. You are worthy. Don't doubt your worth. Remember, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Never let a person's words be so powerful that they penetrate into the core of you. And then you allow it to sit there. And then you're constantly thinking about what someone has said. When you know better, you do better. It doesn't matter who said it, whether it was a family member, a friend, a lover, or an ex-lover. It doesn't matter. It's about how you feel about yourself. Oh, you're going to be meeting some new people. A new soul tribe. A tribe that lifts you up. A tribe that's not envious of you. A tribe that's actually worthy of you. The bonus card that we have is the number 32, Escapist. Come home to yourself. Come home to yourself. And this card, simply, it doesn't matter how somebody thinks about you, how they view you. It's about how you view yourself. How do you see yourself? And you know, I am that person. I love making people feel good. And I may cheat a little bit, being that I am a psychic. If I'm somewhere in a store and if I can read someone and if I can see them having a bad day, I may simply walk up to them and be like, I like your hair. I like your jacket. I like your shoes. And my husband always says, every time we go somewhere, somebody is always wanting to have a conversation with you. And somebody is always wanting to tell you their truth, right? And I'm like, it's okay, because it's not like I'm giving them my phone number. I'm hanging out with them. Listen, if it's a few moments, it's energy. I like to restore energy. I like to take someone out of their funk. But there's someone here. You're regaining your strength and your confidence. You know that you are worthy of much more than what you've been given and how you've been treated. The number 40 at the bottom of the deck, mourning, the world awaits you. The world awaits you. It's time for you to put this crown back on your head. That imaginary crown that you can see. That imaginary crown that allows you to lift your head up. To straighten up your back. Because it's not bent. Morning is morning. And the world awaits you, that knew you. The world is ready to see that confidence. And it's time to see yourself as always having your crown on, not having to stoop to someone's level. When I put my hands on that girl when I was in middle school, I stooped to the level of them. And I should not have done that, you know? Listen, that was decades ago. However, that moment I learned that I look better than all of them. That's how I felt. That's what I saw. And that's it. And then my husband goes, you know, in middle school, you know, when those kids picked on you, especially the boys, it was because they liked you. Do you know that's what us boys do? We pick like that. And I'm like, I don't get it. 'Cause I didn't like to play. I didn't want to get picked on, and if that was their way of doing it, I was the wrong person for them to do it too, because I didn't like to play like that. You know what I mean? Listen, you are enough. Whomever this reading is for, you are enough. But you know that because we see your confidence growing. We see you surrounding yourself with new people. We see you coming home to yourself, and that's your confidence growing. But the most important thing is morning. The world awaits you. The world awaits you. This new you. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I thank you all for your time. I thank you for giving me your time. Listen, I said my reading was going to be shorter tonight, but it always happens like this. I can't help it. But I just thank you for giving me your time. I'm going to post this video on my YouTube channel. I used to post all of my readings on this platform, but this one reading, I would have to break it down until about 18 different videos, sometimes 20, and it would take me 2 to 3 days to break them up. So now I'm just taking them, I'll do the lives here, and I'm moving them over to the YouTube platform. And I will be going live on YouTube tomorrow at 8 p.m. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. And I will be doing a signs reading. But I thank you all for your time. I thank you for the new followers. I'm truly grateful to each and every one of you, and to all my followers that have been following me. I'm grateful to you as well. Having you helps the channel to grow. I thank you. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I do personal readings. I do private readings. I do Zoom calls so we can see each other if that's what you desire. I do phone readings. I do mediumship readings separately. I do psychic readings separately. I do blended readings if that's what you desire. I do tarot readings if that's what you desire. But I go deep. And to everyone that's gotten a reading from me, thank you so much for the great feedback. I always tell people I'm like a DNA. I'm 99.9% accurate. I leave 1% room for error. My messages are given to me. That's why my accuracy is authentic. My messages are given. So to each person that even shared with, your friends, your families, I thank you as well. But I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. I send to you all nothing but love and light. I'll be back tomorrow on my YouTube platform at 8 p.m. Thank you. Good night.